Sean in the comments said that Raducanu has played 3 sets this month.
Wow.
I mean, she has, because I believe by the time she was exiting out of Washington D.C., it was like July, like the later days of July, I think.
Is there a reason she didn't play at Cincinnati or Montreal or Toronto?
Qualifying.
Is it just her ranking? Oh,
it was she would have had to play qualifying for both, and I don't think either gave her a wild card. And I don't think I think she made time to go back to the UK in between DC and the US Open. And I think one of the reasons she didn't play qualifying is that she wanted time to go back to DC, and the other time is she didn't want to like pick up a potential injury before the US Open and jeopardize that. But that decision in hindsight probably warranted the match result she got today, especially that first set against Sofia Kenin. She lost it 6-1. And I don't remember the last time Sofia Kenin beat anybody 6-1 in a set. So, it's crazy how like lack of match play just between a month can really affect how you go out there and play.
Yeah, I think for the Raducanu, I can respect that maybe she's trying to figure out how much her body can handle because of so many injuries from before.
Mm-hmm.
But I think she might be at a time that maybe she wants to amp up a bit and just play a couple more matches.
She should definitely explore her options in this post-US Open, this post-Europe. It's like European/Asian, but mostly Asian because of the WTA Tour now fully going back to China. She should explore what her options look like to either get wild cards or to just flat out play some of those 250s and 500s. She definitely should. I'm not saying she should go like pack up her bags and like find an Airbnb in Asia and just be there for 2 months. But if she wants to find out how far she can take her body as a professional tennis athlete, you just have to play. There's no other way around it. So more power to her. Because I mean, she showed glimpses of how good her game is in her loss against Sofia Kenin tonight, but ultimately she still lost, and that's not giving you momentum.
No, yeah. Or confidence. Like she needs to start winning a couple to start feeling like she has that closing honestly, mentality.
Yeah, honestly, it would be nice for her to. I don't think she's been in a final of any level since she won the US Open. It'll be nice for her to just like prioritize getting to the final of an event, even if the event is like a 125K. Like she should prioritize that, I think.
Yeah, I feel like Raducanu winning a 125K would at least like give her something because she hasn't. I don't think she's won a single title in any level since the US Open.
Nope.
Nope.
Swarner saying she isn't playing a 125, but
I can see that.
Like that's kind of the point. Like the fact that Swarner and I'm sure other people feel confidently that she's not going to a 125 is kind of the problem. I forgot who was it that you know what? I'll go with this because it gets popped into my head. The likes of Vera Zvonareva, who made 2 Grand Slam finals in a season, got to world number 2. When she came back to play tennis, I mean, hers was more of a maternity leave type of thing, but she didn't stray away from like having to go down to 125s, even some ITF tournaments to rebuild your ranking and rebuild your confidence on the court.
Yeah.
And although Vera Zvonareva didn't actually win a major, she was as close as you can possibly get to doing one that you can get. So if she has that kind of resume, world number 2 player, 2-time Grand Slam finalist, if she can kind of bite the bullet to go play some challengers, it's hard for me to give a pass on Raducanu for not even entertaining the option. I'm not saying make a career out of it, but like 1, see how it feels. 2, see how it feels,
Yeah. I think just getting a trophy in her hands should be enough to just say like, okay, I'm done here. I'll go back to trying to like take on the big guns now.
You know what's the
top
biggest
100.
example of that? The most famous example is Andre Agassi, and he did it. He played challengers when they were super not luxury. Like,
Oh yeah,
and he was a multiple time Grand Slam champion at that point. He went back down to play challengers to get his game together. So if he can do that, I don't see why Emma is above it. So.
On the screen right now, tweet from Jake Davis. Recall people talking about Emma's physical issues being a huge determining factor as to why everything had altered at her level. It's valid, but now you look at her game and it hasn't kicked on or developed. So many errors to improve and not enough standout strengths.
Yeah, she did look. I can't say I wasn't impressed during the grass court season because coincidentally she had a win over Pegula, who's on our screen right now, at Eastbourne, I believe, and I think she got to the semis of Nottingham, maybe. Nottingham, she got to the semis, something like that. She put together a couple of good weeks in a row during the grass court season, which it would make sense that she would do that because she's been very open about the fact that she likes to go back to the UK and train. And what's in the UK? Grass courts. So I don't know. She's kind of still an enigma, and I'm not gonna say I won't take her seriously because we still have that factor of like she can just turn it on, and we've seen what turning it on looks like. It looks like a US Open champion, but I'd like to see her add a couple of more tournaments just because like there's no way around how to become a tennis champion or a consistent tennis champion. You have to play the matches, and if she's not playing the matches, then it will always be kind of fleeting with her.